to know what the hell you and your boss, Aristotle Dumas, are really up to.
Maybe you need to take a page out of your own devious playbook and get Phyllis out of Billy's orbit for good.
Victor is the reason that I asked you to meet me. Nikki, I need you to betray your husband.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to back my channel that I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It's time to stand up in today's The Young and the Restless. Billy and Sally dig deeper into Kane's secrets. Audra flirts with Kyle, and Claire leans on Holden in The Young and the Restless June 26th episode. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, June 26th, reveals several major developments across Genoa City. Billy and Sally team up to gather more information about Kane. Meanwhile, Claire feels let down by Kyle's absence, and Audra uses the opportunity to get even closer to him. Elsewhere, Holden steps in just when Claire needs a friend. After uncovering that Kane is actually operating under the alias Aristotle Dumas, Sally was ready to expose him through the media. But Billy had other plans. He convinced Sally that it's better to stay and dig deeper, believing Kane has more secrets than he's letting on. Even though Kane says he's finished with his fake persona and wants to start over in Genoa City, Billy doesn't buy it. Now that Sally's on board, the two will begin strategizing on how to take him down step by step. Will Audra's flirty moves distract Kyle? Audra continues to blur the lines with Kyle. In Thursday's episode, she turns up the charm, using playful tactics like asking Kyle to apply her sunscreen. With Kyle possibly still out of cell service range, he misses several calls from Claire, who is trying to share some important updates, likely about Cole and his health. Claire is clearly upset and disappointed that Kyle isn't available when she needs him. This gives Audra a clear opening to grow even closer to Kyle. If Kyle isn't careful, he may find himself crossing boundaries that could damage his relationship with Claire, i.s. Holden becoming more than just a friend to Claire. Claire finds herself emotionally drained and struggling with bad news. Without Kyle by her side, she ends up alone until Holden shows up. Holden provides a much-needed distraction and emotional support. As they spend time together, the two bond over their personal struggles. There may be a spark forming between them, especially after a few drinks. Still, Claire seems committed to Kyle for now. Whether Holden will try to push for more remains to be seen, but this could be the beginning of a complicated triangle. Also read The Young and the Restless spoilers, June 25th episode. Will Lily choose Damien over Kane? Find out as Adam nears truth about Dumas. Things continue on an interesting trend over in France. Some believe they should head back home, while others feel it's worth sticking around to see what happens next. As for Lily, Crystal Khalil, though, there's buzz that she might be ready to make a bold move with Damien, Jermaine Rivers. Kane Ashby's, Billy Flynn, return definitely caught her off guard, but is she prepared to take a big step with Damien? Lord knows, he seems completely smitten with her. The two have been growing closer and closer, but are sparks about to fly? We'll see soon enough. A painful reminder. Y&R spoilers for June 27th also hint at a painful reminder of past trauma for Sharon Case, and Phyllis, Michelle Stafford. The two women are forever connected by a recent ordeal. They were kidnapped and locked inside an abandoned clinic, forced to find a way out together. Thankfully, they were rescued before things got worse, but now, memories of that terrifying experience resurface. Could they end up trapped together once again? We'll see. Nick has questions. Meanwhile, Nick, Joshua Morrow, starts to question Kane's intentions. Kane's sudden return is raising eyebrows. Why is he back now? What does he want? There's definitely more to the story, and we're sure it'll all come to light soon. So with that in mind, well, Wednesday, June 25th, we have got Chelsea Lawson-Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, finding Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, stressing out at the Newman offices because Daddy Victor Newman, Eric Braden, is not answering his calls and he hasn't replied to the messages that he has left. So, Adam is initially worried that Victor could be angry and ignoring him over the Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson stuff. But then Adam decides there may be more to it because he also tried to reach Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. Got no answers, no responses from anybody, which is strange. It seems like at least one person would reply. So, Adam tells Chelsea that Dumas, aka Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, which they don't seem to know that part of it yet, is making big power moves. He's buying up a bunch of commercial real estate properties and businesses surrounding both Newman and Abbott properties. It sounds like he is circling them both like a shark. Meanwhile, over in France, Kane tells Amanda Sinclair, Miss Hale Morgan, that Victor turned him down on the Chancellor offer, but he honestly expected that outcome, and he's got other plans in motion. Amanda is in full support of Kane's efforts, and Phyllis interrupts to say she won't underestimate him, and she begs for time with Kane, and gets a whopping hole. So Lily plays poker, and cleans him out, and then they play Go Fish, and he does a little better at that. They're just passing the time 'cause neither can sleep. And Damien tells her he can tell Kane wants her back, but Lily says she is not interested. And Lily also says that they plan to leave tomorrow. You know, Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, Abby Newman, Melissa Ordway. All of them. And Lily makes it clear she doesn't want to stick around and let Kane think that he's got any chance with her. So Lily just thinks he has turned out just like his awful dad, Colin Atkinson. And then guess what? Damien's ready to go home, too. He's tired of the games. You know, he never knew that Dumas was her ex-husband. And so, he's just frustrated over it. Ready to go back. Probably ready to see his mom, Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford. On Thursday, June 26th, we have Kyle getting all riled up by Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver. She's getting under his skin. She's in a cute little bikini, getting all flirty, and she wants Kyle to rub her down with her Jabot birthday suit sunscreen. Sounds like she's offering to show him her birthday suit. I do wonder if Lily and Devin are going to observe any of this and report back to Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, once they're back to town. So, Kyle does seem tempted by Audra. There's no cell service. He can't talk to his girlfriend. There's lots of booze. Yeah. Plus, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Billy hatch a scheme against Kane, and I wonder if Billy is going to again go after Chancellor to keep it out of both Victor and Kane's hands. He is not a fan of the guy who pretended to be his brother. Unexpected connections. Claire and Holden's growing bond. Meanwhile, back in town, Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron, gets a rescue by Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. And they're having a weird sort of vibe this week. So Claire and Holden are drinking at the GCAC bar. They're doing their usual drink of Vespers. And Claire's talking about how it's fortunate that she ran into Holden, and he feels like he's lucky for running into her. So, I don't know if the rescue comes before this semi-flirty conversation or after they are boozing. Claire kind of looks upset. Maybe there's some news about her dad, Cole. Confrontations and bold moves. Nick's demands and Lily's decision. On Friday, June 27th, Nick demands answers from Kane. And remember he said he was. Meanwhile, back in town, Claire Grace Newman, Haley Aaron gets a rescue by Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. And they're having a weird sort of vibe this week. So Claire and Holden are drinking at the GCAC bar. They're doing their usual drink of Vespers. And Claire's talking about how it's fortunate that she ran into Holden, and he feels like he's lucky for running into her. So, I don't know if the rescue comes before this semi-flirty conversation or after they are boozing. Claire kind of looks upset. Maybe there's some news about her dad, Cole. Confrontations and bold moves. Nick's demands and Lily's decision. On Friday, June 27th, Nick demands answers from Kane. And remember, he said he was going to go around and have conversations with everybody. So this may be during their one-on-one. And of course, Nick is worried that his mom Nikki could lose Chancellor and is going to be collateral damage in whatever war games that Kane is cooking up. Sharon and Phyllis get an awful reminder of their recent traumatic experience. So, could be something that reminds them of when they were held captive by awful Martin Laurent, Christopher Cousins. And it could be that the weather is taking a big turn. I seem to remember something about a storm when they were held captive. Lily makes a bold move with Damien on Young and the Restless. So, we may get some Lily and Damien romance with him soon. Lily is fuming at Kane. She doesn't want to be around him. So, Damien may be who she turns to for comfort, especially when things take a turn in France the following week. The week ahead, murder mystery, stormy weather, and romantic entanglements. So, the week of June 30th through July 4th, we've got Chancellor Connor Floyd looking into Kane's claims that his life is at risk. And someone is really in danger at the party because a murder mystery takes over. And it could be when dark skies set in because a big storm takes over the area that they're in France, making things creepier, more uncomfortable. It shuts down transportation in and out. And this may be when the killer strikes. And, of course, Adam shows up in the midst of all this. So, Chance could actually be the murder victim because Connor Floyd recently left Y&R to take over Billy Flynn's old job playing Chad DiMera on Days of Our Lives. So, maybe Chance plays hero and he gets hurt. We'll see. Damien and Lily may be heating up as lightning tears across the sky. Trapped, no way to leave. Plus, she's mad at Kane. So, this could be Damien's big chance to get a real romance with Lily. Sharon, of course, is still crushing on Nick, and it could be the storm that freaks out her and Phyllis and gives them a bit of PTSD. So, Nick may be comforting Sharon, and things take a turn because showrunner Josh Griffith promised a shift for Nick and Sharon in France. Young and the Restless spoilers. Claire hangs with Holden. Plus, Claire is still hanging out with Holden while Kyle is out of touch in France with Audra. And I'm just wondering if Claire gets tipsy and maybe does something she shouldn't. Kane kicks off his drastic contingency plan to get Chancellor at all costs. And this, of course, ties into what Adam dug up. So, meanwhile, Chelsea understands why Adam decides he is to go to France to get to his family at all cost. He thinks Kane's dodgy real estate strategy in GC is something Victor needs to know about ASAP. I wonder if Adam may also warn Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Billy. Phyllis may brag about being part of Kane's plan so that she can irritate Sally and Billy. And Kyle gets way too close to Audra. Also, July 4th is a coin toss. So last year, 2024, it was a new episode, 2023, and most years prior, it was a rerun. If an encore episode does air, be sure and delete it from your DVR or the Monday. July 7th episode may not tape. Also, there is a chance of news preemptions because of ongoing strife in the Middle East. It has interrupted Bold and the Beautiful and cut the episode short. So, Y&R may have a preemption. Watch for that. Be sure and delete anything off your DVR that's not a real episode so it doesn't mess up your programming. Phyllis and Sharon fall into a trap that their kidnapper has set, and Jack is making a confession to Diane. Now, the best confession would be that he's the one that put Phyllis and Sharon in that room. I doubt it, though. But wouldn't that be a twist? I still am wondering if this person is entirely wicked or just trying to get Phyllis and Sharon to bury the hatchet between them that is driving everybody in town crazy. Survival, secrets, and a potential cremation cover-up. Friday, March 14th, we're going to wrap up the week with Sharon and Phyllis fighting for their survival. So that sounds like maybe this kidnapper doesn't have a benevolent agenda, and maybe it is really someone who wants to punish them, and Chance comes to Billy and Nick with a lead, and I wonder if you want to check out Ian Wart's Ray Wise Cremation Story since they Wednesday, March 12th, Season 52, Episode 109. Phyllis and Sharon decide to take control. I don't know if they're going to play the game hard, or if they're just both going to refuse to play the game, and Chance is there to comfort Summer. No doubt about Phyllis, and I wonder if he has any inkling that Summer just told Nick that she can't be with Chance because she's still too upset about the investigation and him, pursuing Daniel Romalotti, Michael Graziadei, without looking into other possible suspects. Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, shares some surprising news with Jack, and we have a scene next week with Jack and Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, and Jack's sister Tracy. They're all sitting together, and Tracy's talking about how happy she is with Alan Laurent, Christopher Cousins, and he lets her know that he would like to propose, and he would if he thought that she would say yes, that he would marry her right now. She's completely shocked. So I wonder if Tracy's surprising news is, yeah, we're doing this thing. Spoilers for Young and the Restless. Victor's doubts, Adam's reunion, and a shocking confession. Thursday, March 13th, Episode 110 of the current season. Victor Newman, Eric Braden, is questioning Adam's decision-making. Obviously, he does that all the time, but I wonder if it's about the Abbotts and he's refusing to, spin bad press about Jack at Newman Media, which he already told him he didn't want to do. Coming up on The Young and the Restless, Adam is reuniting with Chelsea Lawson Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, which is what Victor wanted him to do. So I feel like this is more professional than a personal related spoiler. Claire is sitting at the bar at the GCAC. She's looking gorgeous, red dress, hair all done nice, and she's trying out a martini. So Holden approaches her and starts making some small talk. Maybe he is looking for somebody because he doesn't think he has a chance with Audra, or maybe he just hits on all women. I think it'd be pretty interesting, honestly, if Kyle shows up late for the date because of Summer and sees Claire chatting up that really hot guy, because we have to all agree, right? Holden is super hot. Meanwhile, Phyllis's captor forces her into a very tough decision. And, of course, he wants her to play the game, punish her for not, and we'll see. She said she'd never forgive Sharon, so maybe they are trying to push her to test that theory, and Summer is trying to upset Claire by running Kyle late. I'm sure Summer will let her know that he was late because he was with her.